We have a visitor. We have a visitor, Quincy.
Welcome to Living 757, where we have little bite-sized candies on set, and somebody's afraid to eat it, okay?
Well, someone offered the candy right before we go live, so I was like, no, I cannot eat it right now.
Hold up, talk about, you don't sound too clear. Like, something's wrong with your voice.
Hola.
What's going on?
No,
Is it these?
no, it's not those.
Okay.
What happened?
Okay, what happened is last week, hi everyone, I was painting in my garage and I bought this spray painting, you know, the paint that comes spray. So I closed the door in the garage. I thought nothing's gonna happen. I read the instructions and say, wear gloves and mask, which I didn't follow the instructions, my bad. I just wear gloves. And I was painting in the garage, super nice, and then after 2 hours, I started feeling sneezing with allergies. I couldn't stop. And this is the sound that I have today.
Okay, so tell me, Patricia, you were painting, did you have windows open? Or?
No, it's the garage.
Are you kidding me?
The big door, it was closed. I closed it because I was cold.
Got you. So it's clear that she's not sick and being on set today. She's just not well up here spraying with everything
Quincy,
closed.
what happened is, guys, I didn't follow the instructions. So please, wear mask because those sprays can be bad, can give you allergies.
Patricia being Patricia.
So you mean you shut the garage door so you could stay warm, and in retrospect, you poisoned yourself?
and I was painting, happy, listening music, and then 2 hours after, I was achoo, all the
Oh,
time.
wow. Well, I do have to address this, and this is because we can see it. So if you're looking at it on TV, we have a flying guest that's in here. Some type of fly has made it into the building, and we don't know exactly where this fly will land. But if it lands on this one, show is done.
Oh, yeah. If it lands on me, I'm done for the day. I'm telling y'all now.
Right, and I feel like it's just going to land and just be just like
That horsefly is the size of my Pomeranian.
It is.
It's huge.
It is he or
Yeah,
she.
yeah.
Do
So
we
it's
know?
flying around here. So we have a special guest that's going to be with us until we open the door and let it go. One thing that we cannot let go is that Black History Month is almost
Yes.
over. And we always celebrate things with Black History Month. That candy really got me in my throat there. I should. So I have a little known Black History fact. It's coming from a gentleman. His name is Charles B. Brooks. He was actually born in Virginia back in 1865. Okay. And he was actually living in Newark, New Jersey. And have y'all ever heard about the street sweeper, right? It's the street sweeper, so it cleans the streets. So he didn't invent that, but what he invented was a self-propelled front brush sweeper. So he added to it, and so that's what we've all been using. So kudos to my man, Charles B. Brooks, who actually improved the street sweeper, so things
You
can
know
be
what I
swept up.
loved the most about this month and going through all these highlights, that we learned so much because
Yeah.
things like this that you always bring it up, I didn't know if you didn't say it here. So yes, that was awesome.
Absolutely.
So basically, that was the very first street sweeper as we know it.
The very first improved street sweeper, yes.
The very first improved.
Yeah.
Well, there's also something that's the very first of its kind, and it's also improved. It's taking the place of a festival that used to be at the beach, but this is going to be the first inaugural Beach It Festival, and we are at Waterman's at the oceanfront for all the details. What's up, y'all? I'm here in the attic at Waterman's Surfside Grill at the Virginia Beach oceanfront, and we are minutes away from the press conference announcing the lineup for the Live Nation Beach It Festival. I'm so excited! I'm here with Alana Springsteen. She's a Virginia Beach native who has gone viral in Nashville and beyond. I'm so excited to have you.
I'm so excited to be here with that incredible beach view. It's such a pleasure.
It's gorgeous. And our show is called Living 757. Can you show the camera your tattoo?
Oh, we were just doing this before we got on.
I think this was meant to be.
It was totally meant to be. I'm a 757 girl through and through, and ever since I got this tattoo, it's been such a fun connector. People I meet, even in Nashville, wherever I'm touring, they're like, oh my gosh, me too. And it's just a little bit of home wherever I go.
Absolutely. I lived in Los Angeles for 3 years, and nobody knew where Newport News was. But if I said the 757, they recognized the area.
Love that so much.
Now, how does it feel to be able to come home and be one of the performers on the headlining stage for this inaugural festival?
It's such an honor, truly. If you had told 8, 9-year-old me that I would be getting to announce a festival like this for country music in my hometown, I would have freaked out. I mean, this is a place that raised me. I grew up 15 minutes from where we are right now. I was just with my grandparents this morning saying, hey, my family is all from here. And still, every time I come back, it just feels like a deep breath. It still feels like home. You know, I moved to Nashville when I was 14 years old to pursue my dream of being a country music artist. And this is the place that inspired those dreams in me. I learned to write songs here. I learned to play guitar here. And while it was hard to leave, it's good to have an excuse to always come back and bring y'all some music. So it's good to be home.
Absolutely, and it's great to have you here. Now, you moved to Nashville at 14.
I did. I actually started going to Nashville when I was 10 years old. Ever since I was 7, 8, 9 years old when I started writing songs, all I wanted to be was a country music artist. That was what I felt like my purpose was on this world, was to write songs that inspire dreams in other people. So I begged my parents to take me to Nashville. I knew that's where the music industry was kind of happening. And we started going there when I was 10, and now I live there. And it's just so cool to get to chase my dream in a city that, you know, is surrounded by people that have the same passions that I do. But it's actually funny, like Virginia Beach has its own pocket of music in and of itself.
Yeah.
I mean, Pharrell, Missy Elliott, Timbaland, like the roots run deep here. So I feel like it's something in the water, right? Like the festival.
Yes,
it really
definitely. And what a cool way to follow up something in the water with a country music festival here.
Yes.
The country crowd here is like no other. And I love all kinds of music, so I go to the amphitheater a lot. I see a lot of shows. I feel like the fans of country music are unmatched when it comes to enthusiasm.
I couldn't agree more. And especially where I'm from, it's a small town from here called Pungo, Virginia,
Yep.
which is surrounded by cornfields, farmers. It really is a country town.
Yep.
And I try to explain this to people. I feel like I grew up in the perfect crossroads of country and coastal.
Right.
And you're right. I feel like the country music fans are here stronger than ever. And now we're giving them a festival where they can come and just go crazy and have a party. It's going to be a blast.
The perfect cross of country and beach.
That's right.
Like best of both worlds, right?
That's right. I wrote a song about it actually. It's coming out on my album 20-something this year. It's called Different Kind of Country. And it's about my hometown. It talks about sandy back roads, and instead of boots, you're wearing bare feet. I always just had my own version of country was Virginia Beach. So.
Yeah. I feel like most people think country shows and they show up in cowboy boots.
Right.
But here you show up in flip-flops.
Amen. That's right. Or no shoes at all. Just leave them at home.
Yeah, definitely. And you said you're touring with Luke Bryan this summer.
I am.
How did that happen? How does that feel? He's phenomenal in concert.
Man, he's absolutely incredible, and he's going to tear it up here at Beach Festival this summer. But it's such a full circle moment for me, to be honest. One of my core memories is my first time at the Grand Ole Opry. I was 10 years old, and he was on stage that day playing Rain Is a Good Thing and kind of just making his climb as an artist. And I will never forget watching him perform and the connection that he had with that audience. And it made me want to do it too. So fast forward years later, he was the one that FaceTimed me and let me know that I was going to be making my own debut at the Grand Ole Opry, which was an incredible moment. And I got to be out with him at Crash My Playa, which is another beach festival that he does in Cancun.
I have heard of this.
We had the best
It's on
time.
my bucket list.
Girl, you would have the best time. I had way too many margaritas and we just had the best time. But he and his whole squad are just the most down-to-earth, good humans. So I can't believe, it's a pinch me moment to be out on tour with him this summer. You guys come see me.
Yes, well, I won't pinch you, but thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. We are so excited to see you on stage. I was jamming to one of your songs the whole way
Yes,
here.
I love
Super
it.
catchy.
Thank you.
And you guys make sure you stay tuned for all things Beach It Festival right here on Living 757.
The coolest show in sound.
Thank you.
Love it. Thank you.
Oh my God, I love her. What a great interview, Ashley.
She was so sweet, and she's really a champion for this area. I cannot wait to see her on stage at the Beach It Festival from June 23rd through the 25th.
Yeah, and you got her singing the coolest,
Yes, the coolest show
show
in
in town.
Hey, I saw the opportunity. I was going for it, all right?
Yeah, well, we got a great show. What a great way to start the show off, ladies. And we got a great show in store for you today, including the 757 Jenkins Restoration Team. They're bringing some life back into a home.
Yes, and our friend Brian Bullock is back with some more hidden history.
And also Black History Month continue here in Bacon's Castle. But coming up next, it's time for some delicious food, so don't go anywhere.
Where's my food?
Welcome back to the coolest show in town. If you've been following the show at all, you know that one of the fastest ways to my heart is through food, and especially seafood. And I'm in luck today because our next guests have mastered the art of seafood and they're here to tell us all about it. Let's welcome Chaz and Kevin from Scrimp Shack.
Welcome
Hi,
back.
guys.
Hey,
How are
everybody,
you?
how are you?
It's great to be here.
We are so excited to have you guys. We're so excited to talk about the food. But first, for any viewers who haven't already had the pleasure, can you describe what the experience is like when you walk through the doors of a Scrimp Shack?
Sure, we say that we want our customers to experience a little bit of a beach vacation. So our tagline is eat like you're on vacation. So that's what we're trying to do at the Scrimp Shack.
Yes.
That is awesome. Also, for those of you who don't know, what is the origin? Like, how do you guys come up with the idea of this name, Scrimp Shack?
Well, we bought the company in 2020, so we inherited that name, but Scrimp is simply a better tasting version of shrimp.
Absolutely.
Ooh, I love that.
Yes. I feel like it's a very southern thing. Like, I feel like people from the north have never heard of it, but if you were to say Scrimp, I wouldn't blink twice because I'm from this area.
That's right, that's right.
All right. Now, y'all got to talk us through all of this amazing food. Like, I have to address the elephant in the room, and by the elephant, I mean the food, because it smells so good.
It smells so good.
And it's really the star of the show here.
Absolutely. Couldn't wait till you asked. Well, we're known for our fattest fish sandwich in town and the best fish sandwich in town. We actually have 10.5 ounces of filleted fish, no skin on either side,
yummy.
no bones.
No bones.
We simply call it a school of fish on a bun. This is this sandwich right here. We also are very proud of our po' boys. We can make a po' boy any way you like it.
And you were telling me that you can cook this in 7 minutes, like everything is fresh, cook every day?
Absolutely. We have nothing under a heat lamp. That's what we pride ourselves in. We prep our proteins every day. Again, when we prepare our food, we cook it when you order it. We don't cook it waiting on you to come in the door, guesstimating that you may want shrimp or fish or whatever.
Right.
Once you order it, that's when we cook it. Fish is only good and great when
Love
it's
it.
hot.
Love it. So
Oh,
what is your
yeah.
background, guys? Because you got this business right after COVID. That was a huge risk.
Yes.
Right before COVID.
Right before COVID, I'm
Right?
sorry,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
We bought the company in January of 2020, so what a great time to buy a restaurant company. But it also helped us to really make some changes and gear up for the growth that we're experiencing.
Right.
So my background came from Chick-fil-A. I grew up in the restaurant industry and am excited to shift my focus into seafood.
Move to yes. How about you, sir?
Well, my background is government general contracting, and also I'm in the mental health field, but I've been eating food a long time, so I'm gonna consider myself a
That is
food
a great
connoisseur.
combination, right? I
Yes,
love that.
I'm having a ball.
I feel like I should work with you. I've been eating food a long time too.
Well, the door is wide open.
Now, I know you guys have a lot of locations. How many and where all in the 757 are you located?
Sure, we've got about 25 locations right now, Virginia and North Carolina, and actually 2 in Egypt overseas. But in the
Awesome.
757, we're in Suffolk, 2 locations in
The
Suffolk.
7 cities.
We're in Chesapeake, Norfolk, Newport News, Yorktown, and Hampton.
Wow.
Awesome. Kevin, tell me a little bit about this dish because I can't wait to try it.
This is our Scrimp basket, and you can get that with a variety of sides. We have fries here, but you can't do it without the cocktail sauce.
Okay.
Lots of great, and this is our special recipe cocktail
That's
sauce.
what I was to ask you
So you
also.
gotta dip
This
the
is
shrimp in
your
it.
sauce.
That's right.
Nobody else you can find this, nowhere else. And what is this delicious dessert?
Oh, well, let me tell you all about it. That's what we affectionately call Nana pudding. Now listen,
look at
we understand that we can't make it like your grandmother, can't make it like your mother. But we know we can outdo your Nana, so we just simply call it Nana pudding.
I'm
It's simply
sorry, but I need to
delicious.
try this,
You
actually.
have to.
Is it good?
So good.
That's what I'm
Okay.
talking about.
Yes.
Love it. So good. So this is amazing, guys. Do you have any information for the people that is watching now? Social media where they can contact you?
Sure, they
Where
can
they can
find
visit
us
you?
on Facebook, Instagram. Check out our website at thescrimpshack.com, and we've got all our information there.
Love it.
And simply Google Scrimp Shack near you.
Yes, that's awesome. Well, now, while we're gonna try some of this shrimp, Quincy, what is next? We can wait, Quincy. I'm sorry. We cannot wait for
for
you.
yourself. I'm
Thank
going
you
for
so
it.
much, guys, for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you see my face, very disrespectful, you ladies over there eating. And of course, I'm a fan of the smell of good cooked food. However, when you're in the kitchen cooking, a grease fire can quickly turn into a burning inferno. And recently, Ashley met up with our good friends over at Jenkins Restoration to revisit a family's home that has suffered both fire and smoke damage. Let's take a peek at how the restoration process is going.
Hey, Hampton Roads, if you feel like you're having deja vu, don't worry, you're not. I was in the same spot at this house behind us with my friend Steve here from Jenkins Restorations just a few months ago because the family that lived in this house experienced a house fire. The inside of the house was full of soot, it smelled of smoke, the family's belongings were all over the place. It was just a total tragedy to walk through the house. What has changed since then?
Last time we were here, we had just responded post-fire. It was our emergency response. We secured the property, boarded the windows, did some basic element protection so the home could, not leak and get wet. So since then, we've gutted the house is the term we use, but we removed all the finishes that can't be saved. And there's been a lot of new framing put in because the homeowner decided this was the time to make some changes. We had to settle the scope with the insurance company. We had to get plans in for permitting, which is where we're at right now. We're able to move full force forward with our trades, which will be our plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. And I would say we're roughly about 50% done of the whole process right now. Pre-COVID, we could have a house like this back and done probably in 4 to 6 months. Post-COVID, shortages on materials, delays on special orders, just a shortage of labor and contractors has really impacted that. So this house is probably a 9-month project at least before we're back together.
At least the homeowners have that satisfaction and the comfort of knowing that they'll see the same familiar faces throughout the process. At the end, do you cry happy tears with the family when they get to go back into their home?
Absolutely.
Now that we've talked about the process, I really can't wait to get back inside and see everything that's been done.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey, Brian.
How you doing? Good to see you.
So good to see you, and so good to see this house looking like this. It doesn't smell bad. It doesn't look bad. What a difference.
It is a big difference, isn't it?
What is the white? Is this paint?
It's an oil-based paint that we use for the smoke odor.
Okay, so that's why the smoke odor's gone.
Correct.
This place looks so different. Can you show me around some more? Specifically where the fire originated? That room was so bad before. I can remember the stove and the cabinets. The faces were melting off the cabinets and the family's belongings were still everywhere. It really shows you fire can happen like that.
They say you have like 60, 90 seconds to get out of your house.
Now this was the kitchen.
Yes. Yeah, as you can see, they had to do new framing and stuff.
Oh yeah.
This was all the burnt area.
Looks like a bigger door frame now too.
It is. I think we widened it just a little bit.
Yeah. This looks so much better.
The cities make us bring the house up to code. And this house was built in 1920 and it had balloon framing, meaning the framing went from the floor on the first floor all the way to the roof on the second floor.
Oh.
There was nothing to stop fire from jumping from one floor to another.
Okay.
So you can see the 2x4s that we've added in between each one of the studs. That's the fire blocking. It stops the fire from jumping from one floor to the other.
That's always the most important thing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
After seeing the change in this room, I cannot wait to see upstairs because there was so much damage up there. It was
Sure.
kind of scared me to go up there before.
Yeah, let's go upstairs and look.
All right, let's go.
All right. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a lot of different things going on up here.
Wow, it looks so different. Remember last time I was afraid to even walk fully into this room?
Yeah, the ceiling was getting ready to fall on our heads. And, yeah.
You know, the thing that stuck out to me the most out of the whole house the last time
I
was
know what you're going to say.
right here.
The shoe.
It was that shoe.
Yeah, it was. The emotional part of the job.
Yeah,
Yeah, it gets me every time. This used to be a long hallway.
yeah, this is all new.
It is. This is the homeowner's wish list. This is what makes all of our customers happy.
Yeah,
Closet, bigger bathroom. She's got her own master ensuite.
they're almost getting like a brand new version of their old home.
Correct. It's what their wishes were. That's what makes us happy.
Well, Brian, thank you so much for showing me around. I really cannot believe the difference between the last time I was here and today.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's the part of the process that I love.
You have to promise to send me photos when it's completely finished.
Absolutely, no problem.
Pinky promise?
Sure I will. No
Thank
problem.
you. And make sure you contact Jenkins Restorations for all of your restoration needs. You know, that was such an interesting thing to go right after the house had caught fire and then to go back once they've started to restore it. They're about 50% done and they've pinky promised that I can go back when it's all the way finished so I can see the happy ending.
What are you doing in here?
Yeah, so that was a beautiful package, but y'all left me out of this food, and I'm gonna get some of this food. This is
Who invited you to the party? We are talking with them. No.
Well, you know what? Just like I was hiding, there's more hidden history with Black History Month. So when we come back, we're gonna dig a little bit deep into that. And surprise, I'm here.
Yes, and thank you so much to Scream and Shop today for being with us. We're gonna continue eating. Sorry, Quincy.
No, you don't say sorry. I'm right here. Hey guys, welcome back to Living 757. If you have a unique style as well as a very gifted style and you have a lot of creativity and imagination, that's some of the few things that you need to be a great artist right here in the 757. And one owner of a local special art gallery, their job is to, make a very diverse and cool award-winning spot for contemporary art. I'd like to welcome guests U Quincy Chappelle. I said it right?
It's U Quincy.
U Quincy,
That's
so it's
okay,
not
though.
you. So I'm Quincy, but you are U Quincy because we have both heard U Quincy.
That's right.
Oh, Quincy, you in trouble. Well, I see that you have done a lot of cool things, man. You have a very cool art gallery. And where's that art gallery located again?
It is in the heart of Ghent at 424 West 21st Street. And it is a very unique, wonderful place to be.
Yeah. And I remember I was there. It was an event there, and just it's very intimate, right?
Yes, it
and
is.
you got a lot of creativity, a lot of
Yes, I
things
do.
there. So is it that artists are actually submitting these deals, or are you creating?
I am not creating them. I create my own, but I do have artists that are.
Well, I'm sure it's artists that are very unique in whatever they do. But what's the name of the art gallery again? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Gallery U Quincy at Ghent.
Gallery Quincy at Ghent.
Gallery U Quincy at Ghent, yes.
Got you. Okay, so it's like I said, these are some very cool paintings.
Yes,
so
sir.
just do me a favor and
Sure.
just explain this one before we go any further.
Well,
This is very unique.
This is my artwork. It's called Cuba, and it was done for a commission for a couple of friends of mine.
Okay.
And this is a technique I learned how to do when I was living in Hawaii.
Also, this is actually yours.
This is my artwork, yes.
Wow. All right.
Yes.
So is this for sale or?
This particular one isn't, but I have many more that are.
Wow. Okay. All right. So now you have this piece here. So yeah, just stay up into the camera for us, so we'll
Yes.
be able to see it. So tell us about this piece here.
This piece here is done by a really, really well established artist. Her name is Gia Labidi, and it's called Griot. And she's a local sculptor. She's been sculpting for over 20 years, and she's shown nationally and also internationally. And since it's Black History Month, I wanted to really focus on some of the Black art that's in the gallery.
Got you. Now, I also have to ask you, because there are other art galleries throughout Hampton Roads.
Yes.
Can you elaborate a little bit more about what makes yours unique?
Well, first of all, I want it to be not a visit, but an experience. And it is a unique gallery that holds contemporary art that's, again, unique to the area. But it's mostly to highlight some of the artists that are well established and also emerging. And speaking of this artist right here, his name is Ralph Thomas. He's an emerging artist. He's been painting for over 50 years, but this is his first time being in the gallery.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. So are people able to submit like their
If
their
I
art?
like it, I have to like it first.
Got you.
But yes, they can submit. I have to meet with them.
Okay.
And if it fits the aesthetic of the gallery, I'll make it work somehow.
Well, you know what? You are the man that owns that gallery, so
I
you
am.
can make that decision. Now, really quick, give us an idea of what your mission is for the folks that are out there that are just watching today.
Well, the mission is, again, just to highlight some of the top artists in the area, also to provide a wonderful space for anyone that can come in. It's for everybody. Also to learn about art, to also sell it as well.
Yeah. Well, that is awesome, man. And before we get out of here, you can look at the camera, you can tell the folks how they can contact you if they're looking to submit their art or they're looking to just get in contact with you.
Yes, you can contact me at my gallery at 757-756-4480. Or you can also contact me on Instagram, and that's Gallery Quincy424. And gallery is spelled Gallerie, and Quincy is spelled UKWENSI.
Right, there you go. Unless you're talking to me, then it's YOU Quincy, right? You, Quincy. Well, thank you so much, and I appreciate
pleasure.
what you're
Thank
doing
you so
here
much for having
in
me.
the area. And, that's what we do here at Black History Month. And continuing with that, this is one of the areas that once you make an impact, you cannot hide any further.
Thanks, Q. I am so excited for our next guest because every time he comes in, I find a reinvigorated interest in the history that I never learned about in school. So without further ado, let's welcome Brian Bullock from PBS's Hidden History.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you? Good to see you. Always good to
Good
hang
to
out with
see
you
you
all.
too.
And I'm happy to hear that you get reinvigorated. I love it.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I love having you. Now, I already said it, I'll say it again. I love what Hidden History is all about. Can you tell us what the most current episode is about?
Absolutely. This recent episode is in Cobham, Virginia. And we highlight Lorenzo Dickerson, who's actually a filmmaker, and Sam Toller, who does this amazing research. He actually helped Lorenzo figure out his lineage. Now, we know that African-American lineage has been very difficult to track.
Right.
And so, the uniqueness about this is how he actually does it. He goes through court records, old court records and documents, and pieces together names.
Wow.
Very litigious back in those days, and it's very painstaking work, but he's done an amazing job.
And it's such important work that he's doing too.
Yeah, lot of African American family history has just not been pieced together, and so this unique research technique has just been amazing.
Yes, I love it because people can just find and research actually the past, right? And put pieces together. So, Brian, why is this episode so appropriate for Black History Month?
During Black History Month, appropriately, we always, talk about the usual suspects, and here in Virginia, L. Douglas Wilder, Fort Monroe, and we do that work. But I'm encouraging people that during this month to search your own family history. It's still Black history.
Exactly.
And it is just, it's a time that we still should honor folks, but honor your own family as well. And do that research.
I love that.
Okay, so that's a really good point. Have you done your own family's research?
Great question. And I have. I started my history some years ago, researching it. And this Lorenzo and Sam Toller episode, I actually learned, kind of some new stuff. I started by going to just the graveyard and looking at names of my family members, and just kind of went from there. But again, with this most recent episode, I have some new research techniques.
Ooh, did you? Yeah. That gives me chills.
Yes.
Did you find anything you want to share with us?
I found I can't share it yet. But these new platforms, ancestry platforms, that kind of that gives us a lot too.
Okay, I was going in that direction. Some people, they're watching now and they're listening to you. They want to do it. where do they start to do the whole process?
Yeah.
And let's think someone that is not so much familiar with social media or these news tools that the website offers.
Yeah, the good old-fashioned, Bibles,
Okay.
oral histories, just digging through old papers that are stuck in the attic. You start there, and like I said, just going to the cemetery and just picking out names
And
then
names and
piecing
stuff.
things together, and then you can also contact local genealogy societies that they're more professional. But I just encourage people, just start somewhere. Just start.
And with the family too, because they can ask maybe
Exactly.
someone in the family that they know more about, new generations. We don't talk much about
Yeah.
like we do before.
In African American history, a lot of it is oral. So
Right.
you start there. Start with the elders and just work your way through.
Yep.
Now, really quickly, for any of our viewers who haven't caught you on our show before, can you tell us quickly what Hidden History is about?
Hidden history is just uncovering and highlighting things that don't normally get covered. Things we
Right.
pass by every day.
Yeah.
Or things that we just may not think, that's not, what's so big about that? When it really is a big deal. So I get to go around Virginia and meet people and interview people that have incredible history.
And we invite everyone to check
Amazing.
on the screen is the website. If you didn't see his show yet, you
Yes.
can go and check Brian's work there. I love your work and your experience, and that's awesome to meet people and
Yes.
also teach us about history.
Definitely
of
check
it.
out his show for all of the history you didn't learn about in your textbooks. We have to take a quick break, but when we return, we are learning more about Black history that happened right here in the 757. Don't go away.
Welcome back to Living 757. A few weeks ago, we aired this package that actually introduced myself and a lot of other people at Hampton Roads to the longest standing brick structure right here in the Hampton Roads area called Bacon's Castle. And before Black History Month comes to an end, you have to swing by and catch a history lesson that you will not forget. I'd like to welcome to tell us a little bit more about what's going on there. We have Elise, Peyton, and also Joseph. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Thank you.
How y'all doing? You doing good? Good.
Yeah.
All right, we all relaxed, we all cool? No, that is awesome. So, Elise, we saw you in the package and now we see you here in person. Can you tell us a little bit more about what Bacon's Castle is all about?
Yeah, so Bacon's Castle is a historic site that is open to the public to visit. March through December. We are owned and operated by Preservation Virginia,
Nice.
which is the oldest statewide preservation organization in the country. So when you come to Bacon's Castle to visit, you can take a tour of the house, but also you can take a tour of several of our outbuildings, one of which includes an 1830s quarters for enslaved people, as
wow.
well as our newly opened exhibit, which covers the whole history of the site, not just the house itself, but the entire historic site.
Wow. And I know that there's so many other things going on, but I'd like to welcome both of you to the show as well, both Joseph and also Peyton. I knew it was Peyton. I knew it was I told you not to tell me what her name was before you would get to me like that. But no, it's so cool to have you both on because I do know that the community has come together, right, over the past several years to, really build up and share the Black history at the site. So can you elaborate a little bit more about it?
Yeah, I mean, this has been an absolutely wonderful project over the last 4 years since we've been working on it. Mainly what it comprises of is 300 years of research of Black life at Bacon's Castle.
Wow.
And a lot of the project also involves us as Preservation Virginia staff getting involved with the descendant community, interviewing them, and making sure that their histories are preserved in the kinds of educational programming and exhibition programming that we put together.
Wow. So Joseph, you're a descendant. Is that correct?
I'm a descendant.
Oh, you
My
gotta tell us more about
great-grandmother,
that.
Cordelia, was born there and lived there in the what is called Bacon's Castle.
Wow.
Yeah, and we trace our family back, of course, to about 1619 in some instances. But on the Bacon's Castle, we're very proud to have a part in it. We've done a number of things, as Peyton has mentioned, with regard to bringing the community together and the descendants together. In fact, even as far as staying in the so-called slave quarters,
Wow.
Which was an experience. So it's great. Yeah.
Okay, so I got to ask you, as a descendant, like, can you explain the importance that it is to Bacon's Castle, but the importance that it is for us to understand the history of Black life in Surrey as well as in the Tidewater area?
Absolutely. It's important because Bacon's Castle represents and is a significant part of the history of this country.
Right.
And of the people who are descendants tracing their history back to the beginnings of this country, it's significant. So Surrey County being a integral part of the Jamestown settlement, if you will.
Right.
And the families who are still represented and are still there and can trace their history back to the beginnings. So that's wonderful.
Wow, wow. Just so many amazing things that we can find out right here in the Hampton Roads area. There's a lot of history. Of course, Black history is American history. And at least, can you just let the audience know how they can get information about coming to visit, even like during Black History Month or thereafter?
Definitely. So we are open to the public March through December. You can find information about which days and our hours on our website, preservationvirginia.org. You can also Google us. And if you are yourself a descendant or know if you have a family that lived, worked at Bacon's Castle, we would love to hear from you too. So we always want to find more people.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's all important to, just like a previous guest, to know the hidden history. So thank you for everything that you guys are doing. And we definitely need to make a stop at Bacon's Castle. Thank you guys for being a part of the show. Now, as people of color, we've come a long way from being enslaved to creating our own roads to success and living the life of our dreams.
Thank you, Q. Like our next guest, she is an artist with purpose, and we are incredibly excited to hear her story and her music. Let's welcome the beautiful Mayra Smith. Mayra, how are you?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so excited because what you're doing is amazing. But as I mentioned it, talking about your story, I'm going to go straight to it. You are the founder of the Breaking the Silence Advocacy Global Inc., and your song is titled Breaking the Silence. What led you to take such a huge stance on this topic, Mayra?
So my personal story, for one, I am a two-time rape survivor, raped as a child at 6 by a family member, and then again as an adult. So after 30 years of silence, because that whole mindset of what happens in the house stays in the house, had me silent and depressed and all of those things. And so I came to a point after 30 years where I decided to write a book telling my story. I did a documentary. And so when I wrote that book, I was able to break my silence, and I knew that I was not alone, that there had to be others like me that had been silent because of this thing. And so I got out there, and the more I talked about it, and the more I became like the ambassador for sexual assault, and I grew this 501c. And I wanted to be able to help as many, not just women, because it affects us all.
Yes.
Women, men, children. And so I wanted to be able to get us all together to a place to provide community, therapeutic services, comfort, and so much more. So in my third album called Sunday Kinda Love, I said, you know what? I'm going to do a song called Breaking the Silence as kind of the theme song and the push for that campaign.
And I think that's very smart, Mayra, because just with the title, Breaking the Silence, it's like you are saying, stop, you need to talk. And you make a very important point. These victims, when they experience a sexual assault, they don't have anybody to talk. They're afraid. So just having you as an ambassador and just tell them it's okay, you can continue with it, that is incredible. Amazing.
I tell people all the time that this is not a club that we want to be a part of. But if we're going to be a part of it anyway because life deemed it so, we're going to make it the best club possible. You are not alone. I promise you. You are not alone. Break your silence. It's okay.
I love it. Oh my God. You can see I'm cheering, goosebumps. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, now you have an event coming up on March the 4th.
Yes.
You will be hosting the 8th annual Ladies in Red Award Show. Can you talk more about that?
I'm so excited, okay? 8 years, guys, 8
Yes.
years.
Kudos to you.
I know, right? So I partnered with, because March is National Women's Month.
Exactly.
And so I partnered with the Ella Fitzgerald Theater, Down and Gross Cultural Art Theater in Newport News. And I said, hey, I want to do something for women. And they allowed me to come in 8 years ago. And for every March for the last 8 years, COVID stopped us one of those years, but hey, we're at 8 now. And it's an opportunity to be able to bring recognition to exceptional women in the community, from young girls to us and beyond. I've just had the wonderful privilege of honoring and bringing light to exceptional women, and then putting on a concert where we cover jazz, blues, country, funk, gospel, R&B, soul. And I'm a singer, I got a band and background singers, but in this show, there are no big I's and no little U's. We sing background for each other.
I love it.
It's about sisterhood.
Yes, sisterhood. And everybody was wearing red color. I saw the pictures. So in specific, this show, you can mention 9 exceptional women.
Yes.
What that means for you, and what is the message behind this?
It means that I see you. And it doesn't matter, we've done so many things and there are so many different aspects that makes us exceptional. But I'm grateful that in the month of March, where it's National Women's Month, I can bring light to these women and their causes and their organizations and their businesses, and just really, again, promote unity, promote sisterhood, promote all kinds of wonderments, because we are all kinds of wonderful.
I love it.
We're all kinds of wonderful. And the color red is powerful.
Yes,
it's passionate. It's beautiful. And so, I'm excited.
Mayra, I can talk to you all day long because, oh my God. So really quick, where can people follow you, find more information about this great event?
Okay, so again, Down and Gross, so it's www.downandgross.org. They can buy their tickets there, only $15. Breaking the Silence, listen, you can just go Mayra Smith on Google me, baby, and all these things will come up for you. Yes, I am a singer, I am a songwriter, I am a documentarian, so all kinds of things to be connected to the cause. But yes, just Mayra Smith the Phoenix for the vocal, Breaking the Silence, Advocacy Global. And I forgot to tell you, we have a very special guest host this time. We have Vivian Valentine.
Oh my God, which I love it. Vivian, kisses to you, so I had to be there. Well, we have to go to a commercial break. Thank you so much. She's not going anywhere because right after the break, she's going to be performing live, so stay there. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Living 757. It is bittersweet. The show is coming to an end. You guys, we've had such a great show today.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of fun guest food. Oh, and I forgot. So Quincy, make sure I say that right. His art gallery, they produce an event every first Saturday of each month from 6:30 until 11, where they host all types of artists in the area, whether you're a painter, whether you're a singer, drawer or whatever. So just wanted to make sure that we plug that because it's so cool, the things that he's doing right here in the Hampton Roads area.
Yeah, that's awesome. And something else going on in this area is the Thunderbirds are looking for a hometown hero to fly in the back of an F-16. Now, if you don't know anything about this, F-16s are like Top Gun, okay?
Yes.
And they're looking for a hometown hero. So a doctor, a nurse, a former service member, and a Purple Star vet. Anyone who is changing lives in our local community here on a day-to-day basis. This hero will get to ride in the back seat of an F-16 before the Air Power over Hampton Roads Air Show. The air show is such a staple
It is.
in this area. The jet noise is the sound of freedom, and everybody gets really excited about it. I'm personally going to nominate my dad.
Yeah, well, that's
I
great.
thought, like, you also nominated him in the past year
I
or
think
the,
so,
or
right?
something too?
Well, I was talking to my friends who are with the Blue Angels, which is a different air
different
show.
thing.
But it's like his bucket list item. He's an adrenaline
Aw.
junkie. It's where I get it from. It's his bucket list item to go up in one of these jets. So one way or another, your girl's gonna make it happen.
She's gonna try it,
Mark my
so.
words.
That
I'm
is
gonna do
lovely
it.
that you always nominate your dad. And another thing, guys, that is super lovely, and I think we need it so bad. And finally, we have the grand opening of the kids' gym, and this is going to be for children with special needs on autism spectrum. This is something incredible. I think a lot of moms and families want to be so happy. They have a lot of activities,
Yes.
zip lines, toys, and this is open for all kids. It's open for all of them.
It is. They welcome all kids. They have sensory zones. And if somebody is a little bit too overstimulated, they have places you can go, take some quiet time.
Yes, they opened last week on the 18th. So if you want more information, they're in Chesapeake. You can go on the website.
And
Yes.
and I have to say this too. So just hearing you say that about your dad just kind of reminds me about me being a dad to a girl. And the one thing that they say about that is...
Don't cry.
No, I'm not going to cry. But the one thing that they say, your greatest achievement as a parent is when your kids want to be around you and do for you when they're adults. So I think
And
your
you
dad...
get emotional.
Yeah.
Go Daddy Fish.
Yeah.
Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Send ideas for the show to share at living757.com.
Yes,
sure.
please follow us and send information like Ashley just said.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just
No,
I don't know what
I
you
mean,
said.
it's
You
just
get
one of
emotional,
those.
and I get emotionally too.
Yeah,
You
it's just
close the
one
show.
of those deals. So kudos, and I definitely hope that he gets a chance to fly high. And obviously, I think you said they can follow us on TikTok too, and all that stuff, right? Is it
Yes.
TikTok? It's TikTok.
It's TikTok, it's Instagram,
It's so many
Facebook,
things.
so many things that you guys can follow us under Living
Share at
757.
Living757. If you want to be on the show, you guys can just email us at share at Living757. One of the production team will get back to you. This person right here. Yeah, so
One of us.
we appreciate you guys tuning in to us
Yes.
each and every week, and we can't wait to see you guys again next week.
Next week again.
Next
Yes.
week again.
You're not allowed to go anywhere. Please.
No, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be back next week.
Also, well, now before we say goodbye, we'll see you next week. We leave you with the beautiful Maida Smith and Breaking the Silence.
Listen up, it's about to go down. In case you forgot, let me readjust my crown. See, I lost who I was cause I left my throne. Even addressed some peasants for way too long, yeah. I'm a queen and that's who I shall be. I just haven't acted like it lately, oh. So I'm picking myself up, I got my own bag. Cause the way it was, it just can't be that, no. I spent too much time on it, dwell way too long on it. No chains, I'm free, I'm breaking the silence. The past is the past and now I'm telling the world. Gonna tell the world, no chains, I'm free, I'm breaking the silence. Listen up, let me tell you what happened to me. I've been abused physically and mentally, and I lost my love, thinking I'd never be able to love again. Till I found the strength you see, I fell apart in this world, felt like a lonely girl. With nowhere to go but down. Down's where I left my crown, so I picked it up, dusted off, leaving the hurt on the ground. Now I walk with the new stride, and I won't give up now. Cause I spent too much time way too long on it. No chains, I'm free, I'm breaking the silence.
silence. Never surrender 'cause you feel it's alright. Everything's gonna be alright, you'll see. Life doesn't have to be series of tragedy. Never surrender 'cause you feel it's alright. Everything's gonna be alright, you'll see. Dust yourself off now and go tell your story. Yeah. I spent too much time way too long gone. No chains, I'm free, I'm breaking this